And we're live on the Livemasters Showcase with our special guest, Karyn Cain. She is a powerhouse of positivity and love, and she is the founder of Believe in Humans. She has an incredible story, and I'm so super excited that you're here to hear about it. She recently completed our 7-day live video interview challenge. Here is the interview part where you get to learn more about Karyn, how she's made some really amazing decisions in life and is helping other people do the same. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to this incredible woman from the fabulous, resides in the fabulous state of New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. Karyn, go ahead and take it away.
Hi. Well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited. When I took the challenge, 7-day challenge, it was to my surprise that I actually kind of only had to go 6. And then I got to be here with you. So I felt like that was a blessing.
Yeah, I honestly didn't really think about it like that, but I just wanted it for you to have a 7-day video series, right? So the questions that were in the challenge and this interview kind of all tie together, which is kind of cool.
It will be the most fabulous because there's more than one of us.
Right, exactly. And now that you mentioned that, since we started this challenge on September 25th, we've had close to 45 people complete the challenge, which is incredible.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And you were so cool to come in and do this, and I really appreciate that you came in and you added your energy and your flavor to the community. So let's start off with some of the questions that you answered.
My flavor, I love it.
What's that?
It's spicy.
Yeah, spicy.
My flavor.
So
I'm putting my flavor on.
Your flavor. Yeah. We have a couple people that are watching. We have Siobhan and Kimberly. They just completed the challenge as well. So we got to get Siobhan. We're gonna interview Siobhan next, which will be cool.
Okay.
So, all right. So one of the questions that I asked in the challenge, and you answered on video, is what's a lesson that a mentor or teacher taught you that you really think is important to teach other people? And then hopefully that could lead into your story a little bit more and how you created the movement, believing in humans.
Oh, well, I'm not sure if the two tie in together, but I guess everything is connected.
Mm.
So one thing that I learned from one of my mentors was that you can look at your employer. So no matter how big your goal is or what you're trying to accomplish, you have to be easy on yourself and realize there's baby steps. There are things that we have to do, and we have to learn how to be patient. That's why so many people, what is it, like 20%, are entrepreneurs, or if that, because people lose that hope, or they don't want to put the work in or be patient. I will tell you what, I mean, now, okay, so part of my story is I'm in sobriety for 5 years. Being in active addiction, the idea of being patient or even being able to sit still, meditate, wasn't the thing. I was always so anxious. I had so much anxiety, and it takes practice to be patient. But so what my mentor told me was to consider your employer as your investor. They're investing. So you're working for this employer, and then you're making the money, and then you can invest in whatever your goals are and your dreams are. So it doesn't, I was doing a live the other day, or I've been doing podcasts, which is crazy. Like, who knew? So I was saying you can't go from 0 to 100 in a second. You just can't. So you have to go easy on yourself and be patient, because you're not going to be given if you're not ready for it, it's not going to be given to you.
You won't be able to receive it for sure.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. That's a great paradigm switch that your mentor helped you realize. It's, you have to work harder on yourself than your job. So reinvesting in yourself, you're working, you're getting money, take some of that money and invest in learning and teaching yourself something, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. To the point where today we're celebrating. Nervous, scary. I took a huge leap of faith today. Investing in myself. Massive. So it's a big day. It's a big day. However, here's the thing is every single time I have taken the time to, first of all, invest in myself, which is I highly recommend this. We don't get entrepreneurs. They're there for a reason. They've worked hard. It just doesn't happen overnight because you're lucky. It doesn't. And so I just lost my train of thought, but
So you're really excited in this big investment that you're making in yourself. You feel free to share whatever you want to share. I know you're probably keeping some of this exclusive because you're working on stuff, but feel free, because if it has to do with your movement. I mean, I love your shirt. I love your branding. I love how you've put all this together, because it's really cool. You can share a little bit more about your movement.
Well, I mean, so Believe in Humans was created from my own story of basically taking what happened, my past. I used to really live in a lack and limitation mindset, and this is our path is our path, and things happen to us, but we don't have to stay there. We don't have to believe in what other people tell us or other people trying to live our lives for us, which, my story is I basically for 35 years, like 45 years, I listened to other people. I didn't follow my gut. I was miserable. I drank to just numb myself out. Like I wanted to escape because I kept choosing. I wasn't choosing what I wanted to do. I let other people, put thoughts in my head. Like to be a mom, I had to do this. To be a single mom, I had to do this, or I had to have this job, or this insurance, or this. And I believed it. And turns out that was a load of crap. And do you, man, like no other person can do it, because no other person can do it. So my story is basically, once I hit the bottom. And, one quote from Gary Vaynerchuk, if anybody knows who he is, one of my huge mentors. He said, "The rock bottom never tasted so good." Once I finally took that real step saying, okay, you got to get sober, because otherwise you're going to die. And you're a mom and you're a single mom. What are you doing? So I had to set my mind, my intention that this is it, man. This is it. And once I did that, rock bottom never tasted so good, because had I not hit that low, I would have never had that desire to grow and to really invest in myself and to work on healing. So I'm actually now a spiritual practitioner. So I basically trained healer. I studied for like 7 years. So I wasn't even sober when I started my spiritual journey. I kind of would bounce back and forth in and out. But finally, I got it together. And so for the last 2.5 years, I fully studied in that program. And just in the last month, about a month, I got my certification. I finished my internship on that. I also became a licensed, a certified Buddha yoga instructor. And so these both things took about the same time, about 2.5 years. And they all happened in like the same week. I got the 2 notifications. Wow.
That's cool. Yeah. It's funny you said that you weren't sober when you started your spirituality journey, but it was your spirituality journey that got you sober.
Exactly. Yes. So, right.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Desire. I had to give it up. I had to give it up to a higher power, because I wasn't accomplishing. I just kept ending up in the same place. When I thought I had control, I kept ending up drinking. And so, yeah, I mean, I've done so much work and so many tears. Oh my gosh. So it hasn't been easy, but it's worth it.
So were you
Struggling? Sorry to interrupt you, but for anyone who is struggling, and there's so many levels of addiction with food, with shopping, with there's a lot, right? And it all ends up, to me, the same thing. It's mindset. It's your mind. So I think somebody asked if I was energy healer. I'm a spiritual healer, spiritual practitioner, but everything is energy. So I guess the answer to that is yes. Yeah.
Awesome. That's so cool. So when did you start making the shirts? Because I love your shirts. You want to let everybody show them your shirt and show them how you came up with the design and all that good stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is one just with the wording, but I don't know if you can see, this is the logo. This is a sticker, and so it's a little guy, a little alien. So the concept for me is the little alien comes, and he's got a little heart in the middle of his shirt. So the little alien guy comes down to Earth, and he's here to save us humans, because he believes in us. He knows that we are so much more than we have been led to believe, and we're so much more powerful than maybe we've all been through things. We've all have our story, whether we faced our story, have tried to heal from our story. That's your soul's journey, right? But however, should you choose to work on it, and so I'm a spiritual practitioner. I can offer spiritual practitioner sessions and really try to get into, it's like life coaching, trying to get into what are those conditions that are holding you back. So the opportunity you have to be open. You have to be open to want to. It hurts. You might cry. Pretty much, you will.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to cry to figure out what's making you cry.
Yeah.
You really got to,
don't
right?
want that pain, but to get through that pain and to face it that's how we heal. So that's where the magic is. So many times I feel like I'm walking around with a magic wand. It's invisible, but it's powerful.
Okay. That leads me into my next question. So can you give us, and you answered this question in the challenge, give us an example of a story of how you've helped a client or a customer or somebody that you've helped with your services. Could you give us a story?
Oh, did I answer that? I don't even remember what I answered, but a client. So what's the question? I'll probably have to come up with a new one. How I've helped somebody?
Yeah, a story of how you've helped somebody with your healing and your spirituality and the things that you're doing to help people.
Sure. I really, really love helping people through spiritual practitioner sessions. It involves basically it's a life coaching, but it does have that spiritual level to it. And I'm like, I've got my nose is running because I've got teary-eyed. Hey, I'm real. So we connect in a way it's really it's confidential, and in a way that they feel safe. And I guess just through my experience personally, I'm able to really get into, okay, what's really going on here? It's not surface level. We're getting very, very deep into the thought process of, why are we doing that now? And how can we heal from that, whatever it is? And then at the end, we do something called an affirmative prayer, also called a spiritual mind treatment. And that is so powerful. The first time I ever received one was in the beginning I don't even think I was sober. No, it was when I was still I call myself crazy brain. So the first time I received that from a spiritual practitioner, I was blown away. So you can look it up, spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer if you're interested. It's very powerful, and it's like nothing you've ever experienced. So recently, I had someone book, a good friend of mine, book a session with me, and that was her experience too, where we went through and we touched into things. And at the end, I did that spiritual mind treatment, and I think it really blew her away. And just to be able to touch someone just through Zoom, not even in person nowadays, in such a powerful way, just really getting into that human spirit. Even though, you know, I'm a spiritual practitioner, we have our higher self, source, God, universe, whatever you want to call it. You know, I'm non-denominational, but you know, to me, I call God, source, universe, whatever, divine energy. That's so that works. So it's a different, more universal feel, which is what I needed. I was always looking for something. You know, I grew up in a church and was led to believe certain things, and then as I got older, I was like, what? You know, I didn't understand it. I couldn't grasp it, and eventually, you know, I was searching. It took like a long time. I moved to New York City. I went into like Buddhist things, and I bought books, and I think I have one book that's Living Buddha, Living Christ, because I was like, what's this all about? You know, like, huh? So it led me to where I am today, which, you know, I'm very grateful. To, you know, I don't regret anything in my past. I am a mom. I think I'm a pretty awesome mom today because I speak this, practice all the time, and I try to influence my son, whether he hears me right now, and he gets it, whether he wants to believe it, but he does definitely see manifestation. So we've used manifestation together actually and done some powerful things. Right around when Believe in Humans was created, right around there. So yeah, so he understands it. Maybe not going into the whole God thing, but it's powerful to be able to go from you know, I have bad memories of with my son where I was not good, and we're in the basement, and he's trying to grab like a 6-pack of beer out of my hand and try to like dump them in the sink by the laundry room, and me like trying to hold on to that and getting like scrape like on the eye and on my, you know, it's like, whew.
You're amazing. You know, you're awesome. I was sitting here listening to you talk about, you know, searching, right? You were searching because you knew, right, that there was just this unease in your life, and you were tired of pleasing people, and you knew there was more for you.
Yeah.
And it's so cool that you really went out and you figured it out, because to me, you seem like, you know, very well centered now. You went deep inside and you figured it out.
Oh,
and so many. Well, I mean, to a certain extent, we're all. Hey, listen, I'm crazy. I think we're all crazy too. So there's a little bit of crazy in all of us, but you're not drinking anymore, and you're giving back to other people, and you're showing them how it's possible.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, you went. Obviously, we know now that you went through what you went through, or you wouldn't be able to help people now get through what they're going through.
Right. Absolutely. For sure. Which, you know, that's like a mystic. You know, a walking human mystic. You know, it's just the path that I guess I was here to fulfill. You know, I'm always walking in God, prayer, especially now. I have taken some huge actions in my life in the last, since summer ended, to really fully embody, you know, what I've been studying, and really focusing on my gifts that I'm able to share. Because if I have to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I just learned, you know, I'd be doing a disservice if I wasn't sharing and helping others.
The truth. It's the truth is what you're sharing. And, I go back to thinking about when people are searching for help, right?
Mhm.
They're in a very vulnerable place,
Oh yeah.
very vulnerable place, and any person of influence can really, that's why cults and all this stuff is so powerful to people, because we really are searching for a purpose inside. And if
Yeah.
if we see that what somebody else is preaching or proclaiming, or that ideology in the moment, like, really influences us, boom, we're gone. And
Yeah.
so that's why it's important, to have a support system, a network of people around you to support you, and that are like-minded, that are really going to, not be zealots or the radicalist in whatever it is, because those are the people that cause all the problems.
I try
Big-
not to cause any problems these days.
yeah,
Try to help assist in resolving problems these days. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
So what's the future look like for you? Now you mentioned a couple minutes ago that you've taken some steps and certifications, and you've invested in yourself. How does this play out moving forward? With the communities and stuff that you're building online, what does it look like for you?
So we're really honing in on, we're really honing in right now on, okay, what is the thing that we're gifting to the world? Because I would say in the last, where did I meet you? In the brand challenge?
Yeah, you met me in one of the challenges. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was King of Your Brand challenge or something like that. Yeah, so it was one of the challenges.
Yeah, right. So since that, where I met you, that really started to change my life, that challenge, and it's been like really getting momentum to the point where I have to keep following. I call them the God crumbs, because um, they're just becoming blatant in my face. Like if I try to say no, it'll come back and be like more in my face. So I'm really, really, like I said, I took a huge leap of faith today.
Mhm.
Um, and that would not be presented to me if I wasn't supposed to do it.
Mhm.
So, and what's even cooler is I know that I will not fail in my room. Okay. And this is what I keep saying. In my room, I have a sign that says, God is within her, she will not fail. And that's for all of us. God is within us. We will not fail as long as we can embrace and have that faith of the unknown, and really, really embody that fearlessness and that faith. I know for sure. I've practiced it ever since I got ever since I got sober and my mind's clear. I I practice it all the time. I practice living in full faith beyond. It's amazing, and it's so true. It's really that's how we're supposed to live. Is like taking risks, like that. That's where the really amazing stuff is. So I did actually a podcast this morning, which I didn't expect it to go, because usually on Fridays I do Fearless Fridays, and I'm a maniac on a mission, like high energy, like roar, and I'm like a courageous tiger. And I ended up today, because I knew I had this phone call, and I was like kind of living on the edge, and I ended up doing it turned out to be this podcast, or turned it out to be like a meditation. So, if you ever want to go, it's called I Dare You to Go Within. And it turned out to be a meditation kind of. And I talked about, like jumping and the being like a feather, kind of like falling. And we got to take a little like action as we're like falling. And we're always, just protected, guided.
I love what you just said, talking about you just have to have faith in things that you can't see or haven't happened. But there's a question that I like to ask people is, do you have more faith in faith, or do you have more faith in your fear? So, I mean, you're going to put.
Oh, right. Well, no,
right,
I can't have
you're going to have more belief in your fear, or you're going to have more belief in your faith. And once you believe more in your faith than you do in your fear, it's over. It's over. Just as bad as when you're living in fear. You can't do anything when you're living in a state of fear. You can't. You're paralyzed. It's just like you don't know what to do. You know.
It's you know, I mean, when I think about, so I really kind of think that I was given a second chance to really start over, and I totally did. I really just did a 180, completely had to change everything about my life, everything. And that was painful and hard. Oh man. Whew. It was hard. But I think about, you know, the way I used to live, and it was just despair. That's the one word, just depression and despair. And honestly, there's a vibrational level, and that's the lowest that you can get. And you know, I pretty much live up in the love and the joy most of the time now. And I think about, wow, you know, for so much of my life, that's where I lived. And I'll tell you all, we're not meant to live that way. We're meant to, you know, enjoy life, to give, and to be amazing. And we all have our each special gifts to give to others. So it breaks my heart to think how many people are suffering like I was. So yeah, you're never alone. You do not have to live that way. And everything's within you. It's all here. Connect your mind to your heart and have the faith.
That's
and you know, do everything.
Well, when people start questioning God or a higher power, you know what my favorite question is to them? Where do you think your thoughts come from?
Well, so let me tie that. I mean, let me take that, because this is fully, once I embrace this, what I'm about to say. So everybody get on the edge of your seat, because this is powerful. Super powerful. So you just said, you know, where do your thoughts come from? So thoughts become things.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you thinking about? And what are you thinking about? Because, like, for example, I actually just wrote it. I just put this in my phone because I want to make like a quote. What was it? If you like your complaints, if you're complaining, like if your thoughts are your complaints, that's what you're bringing more of into your life. If you're complaining, so always think of the opposite. It's affirmations. Do the opposite. Whatever you're thinking, if it's negative, think the opposite and say that out into the universe. Say it, talk it, speak it into the universe, into existence. Because that's thoughts become things. Speak it into the universe. That's how you manifest awesomeness.
Well, that's how you're manifesting everything, because like you said, if it's negativity.
Boom. So, right. Boom. People don't realize that. They want to complain and, oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. Well, no, actually, it's all within you. So you're creating it. And
well, yeah, woe is me. Woe is me is the victim's theme song.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that if you're singing that song into the world, that's the station you're tuned into, and the universe is going to say, "All right, I'll play your song." That's the only thing I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been really incredible. I like to keep it around 30 minutes, but before we go, I mean, like this got really good towards the end. We're gonna have to do this again sometime, because this was really fun. Maybe come up with a specific topic, huh?
I said I love talking. Apparently, now that I'm doing podcasts, I'm like, oh, I love podcasts. Who knew? I love talking. Oh, right, yeah. Yep.
So before we go, I always want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to, connect with you find out if maybe be involved in a community that you're building or whatnot. So go ahead and let people know how they can get in touch with you. You can go back through after this and put that information in the comments if you'd like to as well.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Well, they can reach me through Facebook, for sure. Basically, I have a like page. So I used to have a like page for myself. Well, I still have it, but I'm transitioning into just the Believe in Humans. So it's a Believe in Humans like page. And on that page, you can, there's a link for swag. Actually, right now, if you don't mind, I'll plug it.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, go ahead. That's what this is your chance to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Go ahead.
I'm trying to clear out all the merchandise that I have, and I'm going to switch to a new platform. So right now, all of the merchandise, and I have toddlers, I have onesie shirts, they're really cute, stickers. So everything's $4.20. And it's not because I smoke weed. It is because that number comes up for me. And if you read the angelic message, like the numerology stuff on those numbers, it's really powerful. And so one day I was like, well, let me number. Oh, 420. And almost like a joke, you know, so it's kind of like, anyway, so everything's $4.20 plus shipping. That's believeinhumans.com. You can ask me questions, but I'm trying to transition out of actually having physical merchandise and for me here. And then, so my like page, also, you can book a spiritual practitioner session with me. That's an hour. And then also want to start doing group coaching Zooms. So basically, I'm here to serve and serve others at the highest level I can. And, you know, I really know that I'm blessed with a gift. And I intend to use that gift and help others. So
awesome. Good job. Well, it was a pleasure having you here. And I want to thank everybody that tuned in live during the broadcast to make it really cool with your comments and everything. And if you're going to come back through and watch this in the replay, we want to shout you out too. And thank you. Don't be shy. Put some comments in there. And
yeah, I saw the comments pop up, which is really cool because it's big. It's awesome. Thank you.
I love this platform for interviews. It's awesome. So
it really is. Thank you for everyone who was commenting, who was engaged and listening. I'm really grateful. And for you, Mike, super grateful. When we first met, I knew, I wish I could remember what that post was that you got me. I just saw it and I was like,
I think it was like a little bio post about me going live, my story, and then you saw it, and then I think
I don't think so. I think
video.
It was like just kind of like a spiritual post. It was something real simple that I first saw you. And I think I commented, and somehow through that then it just evolved quickly.
Oh, I like I said, I show up every day with the intent to meet incredible people like you, and it happens.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It happens. So, but it's as simple as that, right? Your intent.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So cool.
All right,
you guys, it's so true.
No, for sure, 100%. So, guys, listen, if anybody's interested in getting a cool interview like this, reach out to us and take our Livemasters 7-day live video interview challenge, and we'll get you on here and get your story out just like we did today with Karyn. So, again, we want to thank you, and we'll go back and show you some love in the comments. So, you guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.